My name is Kate Goodenough, and I am what I like to term a conservation ecologist. I study avian migration and all aspects of life history of birds. My specialty is actually water birds. I focus on a select group of species, the gulls, terns, and skimmers. And I kind of focused on that because there's not as much information, in that particular area of bird ecology. If you've looked at any of the work that Audubon has been doing lately, you'll see that there's been a very big push to try and maintain biodiversity because we have lost so much. I mean, 70% since 1970, and when it comes to bird populations, have been affected, and they're in declines. And the majority of shorebirds that we have now, just about every species we've studied, we're seeing declines in those populations. There's very few that are actually stable or, are increasing in population size. It's just not happening. There's just declines happening all over the place. And it's problematic because when we don't have that biodiversity, every taxa has its special place in the ecosystem. And when you lose one, there might be other species that could take that place, but most of the time you lose that and it's gone. You can't get it back. Birds are they provide an intrinsic as well as extrinsic addition to life, because you watch birds. You can gain a lot of pleasure from it, and a lot of curiosity evolves from trying to understand a species that's so very different from people. But when you look at them carefully enough, you actually see that birds have a lot of behaviors that you can identify in people. There are particular individuals that are actually very curious, and there's some that are brave, some that are bold, some that are very shy and meek. And it's just fascinating when you start to delve into it, how even though they're very different from us, there's a lot of similarities in the culture of birds. The sandhill cranes come through every year. It's like clockwork. You can see them in the wintertime. And if you have not ever gone to the salt plains to see sandhill cranes and whooping cranes, you should absolutely put it on your bucket list, because it's a pretty amazing sight. A lot of the major species that we think of, like long distance, short distance migrants, all come through Oklahoma on the Central Flyway.